Well, hello. Welcome to today's Dashcam Diary of Disabled with me, Chronically Happy. Again, I'm still using my rear view mirror, so since my vehicle is still completely full in the back, there is no way I can even use my rear view mirror right now, so I have to use my rear view mirror to hold my camera up, so better view, I guess. Worse view, I don't know. You can see more of my outfit I like that. So I'm not super fancy today. I am actually wearing my hair without a hat. So I'm more El Natural. Today I'm not wearing the bright red lipstick. Yeah, I am still waking up. Oh, I didn't even grab a banana today. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be SOL for food. Well, it just means I can't be out and about for very long. I need to get back and make phone calls and follow up with doctor stuff that I didn't get a chance to follow up with because I totally effed off the entire day yesterday. But my friend Social Joe, what up? Maybe I'll actually be able to get my filming done for my advent calendar and get those posted. So stay tuned for that series still. I am completely late, halfway through the month. I have not even put my wreath on the front of my FJ yet. I just got it back yesterday from the lady that was co-partnering, actually really controlling the wreath making class that she charged a lot of people money for, and I wasn't going to get charged for, but I spent like $150 of my money, and this lady is not going to reimburse me. That's the truth of the matter is it's excuse after excuse, and she's waiting for some sponsorship, but something with a vineyard, and yeah, that kind of stuff takes a lot of time. So if she really is intending to pay me back with that, great, but I'll believe it when I see it. I've been taken advantage of multiple times in my life, and you know, I allowed it. It was my fault, though. Like I said, I own up to it. You know, I my own bad. But I'm totally fine with it now. I've talked it out multiple times. I know I talked about it in my video yesterday, at least partially, if not all. But the good times I had yesterday afterwards totally made up for everything. And me and my friend want to start some collab. We'll see if we can make this happen. We are in a competition of thrifting. We absolutely love a lot of the same stuff, and that is why we get along so great. But it's like it's a friendly banter and a little bit of jelly mixed in, because it's like finders keepers. I willingly gave her a pair of leggings yesterday she may or may not really want to wear. And the ones she really wanted, I really wanted too, and I found them. And I just wasn't willing to give it up because I found the perfect shirt to match it with. If I would not have found that shirt, I would have willingly traded up those leggings. But then she found a Nautica brand red form-fitted coat. And oh my gosh, I am this jelly of it. And even if I wanted to trade those leggings for it, she wasn't going to let it go. And so I love our outings. They totally crack me up. I thoroughly enjoy our banter, our search for the coolest finds, especially at this one thrift store. It's this one thrift store, and I don't know if I can help myself. I have to donate this stuff in the back today. I have to. I am so claustrophobic right now. It's bad. I am feeling a little anxious about all this stuff in my vehicle. I do not like it. Like, I do not like the lack of visibility. With like, I'd say I have okay driving skills. May I follow people a little too close? Yes. May I take corners a little faster? Yes. But I know my vehicle's capability. When I had my uncle drive me around, I felt like he was taking the corners a little fast, and you know, I wasn't so upset about or like nervous about like the tailgating, but you know, I'm not sure of my uncle's reflexes. He's a little bit older. He's a lot older, okay? He's my mom's older brother. Is he? I know they're all 2 years apart. Like, my grandmother was a tough woman to be able to have a kid every 2 years. Holy cow. And she had 8 children. My grandmother was a no BS kind of lady. Like, I really, I used to get really upset this time of year because I couldn't grieve. I didn't know how to grieve when she was passing. I got to say my goodbye to her. So, I'd like to know that she heard me. I believe she squeezed my hand. Okay, here I am tearing up now. Like, I thought I was over the grief, but no, they're happy tears because, like, there's not really any doubt in my mind. I know she knows I was there and I gotta say bye. But she had a major stroke when she was young, and it's kind of a touchy subject right now because my mom has really outlived my grandmother, her mom. I did not know I was going to be feeling feelings today. But maybe I needed to talk about it just so I could, like, grieve a little bit more. Because I really didn't get a chance to properly grieve. I was freshly out of boot camp at my first duty station. I hadn't even built up enough leave. I had to, like, change work days with people I work, extra, just to swap days in order to do what I had to do to fly home to see my grandmother in the hospital before they unplugged her. And then she just couldn't live. And I think a lot of it was just, she just lost the will because it was so tough with the diabetes that she had. And there was a lot of family BS. I have a lot of aunts and uncles that are not cool, like, and it's because of mental issues and addiction. It's very strong on both sides of the family. Well, more mental illness on my mom's side than my dad's, but my dad's side has like the ADHD and the autism spectrum. So I get that part of that from that side, and then I get a little bit of mental illness from my mom's side. And my uncle, I still believe, is not properly diagnosed, and I really want him to sit through my psychiatrist appointment with me, just to know what it's like so I can help my uncle. I love my uncle dearly. He's not right. He's used too many substances in his life, and I believe he was born with some neurological issues from potentially tethered cord, spina bifida types, Marfan syndrome, something along those lines. And there's a lot of metabolic component to everybody in my mom's side of the family. All her brothers and sisters have some kind of tachycardia, AFib, other kind of heart things like that, on top of having just physical anomalies. So I do believe it was a form of spina bifida, and I believe my mom, her identical twin, and their mom had it, and it was passed down onto them and onto me and my mom's identical twin's daughter. It's all us. But my grandmother had other children that did not have those anomalies. it was just us. And, you know, we have major just sensitivities to medications. And so there's some kind of genetic component, and I finally got my mom a 23andMe test. And I hate that our genetics and DNA are freaking out there, you know, and has been compromised, and these companies are selling our freaking information to other companies. Yeah, I know all of this, but despite all of that, I still want to know. I need to know what's going on my mom's side of the family, and my mom's mom passed before they got the answers to her bone marrow testing. And we still haven't figured out a way to try and get those records kind of released because they're so long ago. And I think they purged records. Oh, I took the wrong exit. Damn. I took the one too soon. I am so completely late. My appointment starts now. Unless I go through town, it's going to go slow, or I do a U-turn and get back on the interstate, which I think is going to be the fastest, even though it's going to take me a minute to do. Dang it. I got really emotional in my feelings. And now I have to freaking get back on the interstate. That might have been faster turning right, turning around, and coming back and turning left. And this is turn left here. And at least U-turn is permitted here. It's one of the very few places in Salem that you can do U-turns. I wish I could just go around everybody and just go do that U-turn right now. Oh, there's no traffic. There's a homeless person with a sign talking to somebody in a car. Okay, it's green. Let's go. Stop talking. Don't make me miss my light. Go. I was about to honk. I'm going to run this light no matter what. Oh my gosh, the cars in front of me didn't. Oh, these sons of B words. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to be even later. Oh, my stress level. You fucking miss my freaking light. Okay, now I'm positive. I'm chronically happy, right? I'm happy. I'll get there when I get there. But this light is always like the longest light in the flippin' world. It's a busy intersection and it takes forever. I guess I have more time to talk about my feelings. All right, so yeah, I didn't get to properly grieve my grandmother's death, and she died. My mom had outlived my grandmother, but the amounts of stress and hopelessness that my mom is feeling right now, this time of year right now with the holidays, is extreme. I need to have a talk with my brother, and I need to text him after working hours to be able to go and talk to him, because he is very resentful and really is tired of my mom's tactics, I guess. Okay, I just got to come out and say it. Her manipulation. My mom's a narcissist, and she manipulates situations to where you will feel guilty or feel obligated to have to deal with, because she will totally throw a tantrum. And it's part of the mental... I don't like to say mental disability. It's not a disability. It's just it's a mental change. And my mom's a very negative person. She's not an optimist. She is a pessimist. But she also... It's rough because she's a pessimist, but she also is a realist at the same time. So that's where I get it from. And I try so hard to rewrite my brain. I'm trying. The plasticity of the brain is amazing, and it can be done. You have to have the right mentality for it. And my uncle and I have had such lucid, good conversations and deep conversations about things. Whereas he's willing to listen, it's just he doesn't always remember. Because of his mental changes. I'm going to be more kind about it. I want to say mental changes. Differences. Differences are not considered bad. Bye, phone. Ah, jeez. Of course, this section cups weren't going to hold up forever. Okay. Alright. Didn't crack my phone at least. It fell on the dash and then fell on other parts of the hard console, center console. I'm only going to get 15 minutes of an appointment, but miracles have happened in the past with my chiropractic care, so I'd like to say that it's going to be miraculous this morning with how fast we're going to go with my adjustments. So I'm a realist while I'm also trying to be an optimist, guys. Like, and even though negative, I can't even say negative. I don't want to put a label on it being a negative experience with the lady that owes me money. I have several people that owe me money. I don't ever expect to see any money back. And people get their settlements and then they have to pay off all their debts, and you know, they may have racked up a lot of debts and burned a lot of bridges, and they have to pick and choose which bridges to mend. And the girl that used me a few years ago, gosh, actually it was only 2 years ago, this time of year. And then the falling out happened, and then the whole, you know, mental crises of my, you know, abandonment issues and the need of just, you know, getting to know somebody and then them completely rejecting me because they take something the wrong way, and I am saying that I've done it too. I've taken things the wrong way multiple times because of my, and I'm not trying to use it as an excuse, but just as more of an explanation, my executive dysfunction and my social interactions are not the best. I'm just going to keep checking it every little bit here. So I know when I've been used, and you know, it was my willingness to just really want to get involved with the group because I just really wanted to try really hard to take part in something, to help the group with a class, with something that I actually know a lot about. And so I was so happy to volunteer for it that, you know, I put myself in the position to be used, and it was all just because I really wanted to get in better with the group, and not necessarily butt kiss, but yes, to an extent, yes, you know, just, but it was something I knew about, and it was something that I'm passionate about and loving and missing, that I used to do it every single year for people, and I haven't done that in a long time, and I missed it, you know? So I was really excited, and I was willing to be used for it, but it's a learning experience. Good, bad, no matter what it is. It's an experience that I had that I am sharing with you all to, I'm really putting myself out there, you know? And I'm going to promote this video because I think it's important. I want to be real, and I want to know that I'm relatable, guys. You all are not alone in your struggles at this time of year. You know, there's a lot of loneliness that goes on. There's been a lot of loss of, you know, family members in recent years, you know, to more people that I know. And you know, and the weather changes really affects the chronic illness friends that I have, and myself included. So I just want to make sure that I'm reaching out to everybody and making sure that people feel loved and not alone. I'm just going to have to hold you guys for the last couple minutes. There's too many turns on this road. So I just want to reiterate that you're not alone, and a lot of people struggle, and really try to give yourself grace and give other people grace, because you don't know what somebody else is going through. You really don't. And unless you ask, you're not going to know. But a lot of times people don't want to ask because they're overburdened and already in a state of sadness because of what they're experiencing. So as long as we learn from the experience, though, that's what matters. Learn, grow, and move on. And be real with the expectations. Don't put people on pedestals, because you don't know that they aren't going through a tough time. And we all have perceptions of people, our friends, or people that we surround ourselves in, and you just don't know what their struggles are. And a lot of times people don't feel comfortable talking about it, because also other people may not know how to take the information. They may not understand the situation that you're experiencing, so they may not respond how you would hopefully want them to respond. But you have to think about what you ask somebody, because it could really affect how they feel, depending on what they're going through. So I just wanted to put this memo out there. You just don't know what people are going through. This time of year, try to be more selfless. I know I'm pretty selfish this time of year with the discounts and buying things for myself. And then it makes it hard for my family members to buy anything for me, because I've already bought it, and people already buy everything that they want these days because of accessibility. We can just get whatever we want, whenever we want, at a moment's notice. That our world is that fast paced, so it makes it harder for other people to shop for. So just keep that in mind. I love you all. I gotta go. I'm at my appointment, and I got like 12 minutes. So peace out, guys. Love you all.